everyone, this is Thomas from Llama Stack, and today I'm going to be giving you an introductory lesson on what exactly the AWS Lambda service is and how you or your organization may benefit from its usage. I'm going to attempt not to take up too much of your time, so this introductory video will only contain basic information regarding the AWS Lambda service. So let's go ahead and get started here. So what exactly is the AWS Lambda service? Well, for starters, AWS Lambda is a compute service that is offered by Amazon Web Services. Essentially, it's a serverless cloud function that is executed on your behalf, or you could say on AWS's infrastructure. The cool thing is, these functions can be invoked from multiple AWS services, but just to name a few, we have the API Gateway, Simple Queue Service, and S3. Now, another cool aspect is that these functions can also handle multiple development languages. To name just a few, you have Java, Python, Node.js, etc. However, nothing prevents you from creating another custom runtime such as Bash. And just to include for this slide, I wanted to mention that the Lambda functions also support automatic scaling. For example, if you wanted to process a large volume of events, you could definitely invoke the same Lambda function multiple times and they would all run concurrently. And all of this, just to reiterate guys, is managed on your behalf on AWS's servers. Before we go any further, I just want to showcase what the pricing structure for one of these functions would look like and how cheap they really are. So there are essentially two ways that you are charged, the duration and the amount of requests. And now, as of 2019, the first 400,000 gigabyte seconds per month are free. Now what this means is that if you were to set a Lambda's memory to 128 megabytes, you would therefore have up to around 3.2 million seconds of execution time given to you for free. The second factor here is the amount of times the Lambda is invoked or sent a request. As of 2019, AWS gives us a fairly large value of 1 million to start out with for free. So definitely follow along in the upcoming labs, as none of them should incur any cost to your account. And I just wanted to highlight a major takeaway here is that you do not have to pay for code storage. You only pay when you use your Lambda functions. Now that we've briefly talked about what a Lambda function is, you may be wondering what it's like to actually work with the AWS Lambda service, or maybe just understand some real-world scenarios around them. So, apart from many other use cases for the Lambda service, some of the most common are web applications, data processing, chatbot integrations, voice interactivity, autonomous IT, and Internet of Things. Personally, I have leveraged both the API Gateway and Lambda service to create serverless APIs, and I've definitely completed some data processing for ETL jobs using Lambdas. Either way, the point I wanted to drive home was the fact that Lambdas are used in the real world for many different applications, common or not. I just wanted to showcase the actual Lambda flow. It's very simple. You have an event that is sent to the Lambda that may or may not contain a payload, and then the Lambda consumes that said payload and completes whatever desired action. And just to showcase the endless amount of possibilities, I threw in a light bulb at the end of this flow because the Lambda can essentially do whatever respective action you want it to complete. Alright, although we'll definitely go in much more detail in the upcoming labs, I just want to showcase just the basic structure of a Lambda within code. In the small Python snippet on the side, you'll have the Lambda handler function that contains two parameters, an event and a context. The event parameter is a dictionary that has been parsed from a JSON payload that was sent to the Lambda, and it can be directly subscriptable in the code. So if you send a payload that contains a key of message and a value of hello world, you can then access it via the event dictionary object, like in the example snippet on the slide. Secondly, you have the context. This is an object that contains properties about the invocation, function, and execution environment of the Lambda, and additionally contains methods that can be used. So you could use this to see what service invoked the Lambda, or even retrieve the number of milliseconds left before the execution times out. So this will conclude the first part in this Lambda series, and I hope you do stick around for the videos to follow. The next tutorial will showcase how to create a Lambda function on AWS using Python. Thank you for your time today, and I hope you did find this information valuable.